Hello everyone, welcome to the tavern. It's that time again. We're going to talk about Mandalorian. It is Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 3, The Heiress. We're going to do, as always, our non-spoiler version first, and then, of course, my spoilers and full thoughts afterwards. So for non-spoilers, they arrive at the water planet. Mandalorian drops off Frog Lady and her eggs with her husband, and, of course, needs to get his ship repaired. And Stark continues his quest to find the other Mandalorians. This, of course, leads him to a cantina, because why would it not? And that leads him to going on another adventure and running into said Mandalorians. And that's about kind of all I'll say without spoilers. I will say one little thing that this season has really kind of been hitting me hard with. This feels like the best RPG I'm not playing. Everything feels like just a side quest, or you need to complete this quest to then unlock this other quest, to then go somewhere to do the thing, so you can go do the thing you wanted to do in the first place. And I don't know why, I kind of wish we had some sort of cool Mandalorian open planet game. And I literally made open, let's just go to 7 different worlds, or as my brother and I have said, like an Assassin's Creed style, climbing up walls and using your jetpack kind of game. Man, they missed out by not making a good tie-in Mandalorian game. Or a Mandalorian game at all. I'm sure there's Baby Yoda teaches typing, but let's go and not get too distracted by silly ideas like that. Alright, spoiler time, you've been warned. One of the things we get in this episode that I think is really great is you get kind of a fake out. When you're at the cantina, he meets some sailor guys who are like, oh yeah, get on our ship, we'll totally sail you to where the Mandalorians all hang out. We super totally know their base, and of course it's a trap. And, you have a cool scene of a tentacle monster thing grabbing the child, Mando nearly drowning and getting saved by the other Mandalorians, who happen to be Bo-Katan and friends. For those who are familiar with Clone Wars or Rebels, then Bo-Katan is a member of the aristocracy of the planet of Mandalore, and her friends are her friends. Bo-Katan is played by the Katie Sackhoff. You would know her. She was the Starbucks in the famed TV series Battle Something Galaxies. Oh man, if I got that wrong, totally fix that in the comments so I get more interaction on my video, please. And if someone else has already typed in the correction, correct them with the proper, pronunciation and spelling. As much interaction as I can get on the video, people. My channel's small, and I really, really need that push. Okay, jokes aside, she does a great job as Bo-Katan, and what you start to establish is something that I thought about in previous episodes, but never really didn't know if they were going to address, in the series, which is the difference between Mando's organization, which feels very much in line with Death Watch, and of course the Reformists that set up by Duchess Satine during the Clone Wars TV series, and obviously continued on through into Rebels. And this time you actually get that. You have Bo-Katan representing the Reformist group, who have a very different view on how Mandalorians should behave, including taking their helmets off, things like that, and having an issue initially with Mando being essentially a descendant of Death Watch, with the helmet stay on, we have a strict code of honor, this is how we behave, this is how we fight, this is why we do it. And I kind of liked it. It's cool seeing these two different, opposing point of views. I wish they could have explored it a little bit more, but that really wasn't the premise of the episode. I just like to see the fact that you see these two factions kind of working with each other without knowing their factions. From the perspective of our main character, there is only one way, and it's the way he was taught from youth. Versus from Bo-Katan's perspective, there's two organizations, and she's known this for years. Whew, okay. So, story essentially continues on with the Reformist Mandalorians wanting to take a little bit of revenge out on some Imperial remnants, stealing some of their weapons and what have you that they're delivering, and more importantly, getting information on the Darksaber and the location of on Moff Gideon, because he has the Darksaber, and as even when the Imperial says, if you have to ask me, you already know the answer. We also get a cool little moment where a Mandalorian crunches down on a little suicide pill kind of thing. I thought that was great. I had never thought of those in the Star Wars universe, but obviously you had enough spies and other Imperials of high ranking that have a lot of information. Why would they not have the ability to prevent themselves from being interrogated. You get some pretty cool action sequences on the Imperial carrier. Again, that have that video game feeling to me, where they're flying onto the edge and tossing stormtroopers off and fighting their ways down the hallway. And I'm just gonna say, look, Mando needs to be learning baseball or something, because he had to run a long way down a hallway before weakly tossing his hand grenade. And I'm like, dude, Nolan Ryan would have just gotten that thing right down the middle. But they don't baseball in Star Wars, so I guess I can excuse a weak throwing arm. Overall, the action sequences were pretty good. It's nice seeing a whole group of Mandalorians working together. Of course, the usage of the jetpack was very utilized in that, because jetpack. Why would you not? And this was the first episode since actually all season that's really felt like it's progressed the story forward. Because our first episode, essentially is a dead end kind of thing. Our second episode is filler, and now we're at this point where we actually met up with another organization. It just happens to not be the organization that Mando was hoping for. However, they do give him that information at the end, and name dropped Ahsoka Tano, which of course made everyone in my room go, yes! Oh, hype! Like, we knew she was showing up. We've seen the trailer, what have you. But the fact that it's dropped, we know that's the next quest. And where that could lead, because, how Ahsoka is going to respond to seeing someone of Yoda's race is going to be very interesting to see. It's an exciting kind of stage here where I feel like we're really moving towards an exciting part of this season. Overall, I liked this episode more than the last episode, because anything that progresses the story is always going to have bonus points in my book. The most fun episode is still, episode 1, because it's Tremors with sand people, and that's pretty awesome. But this one was a great episode because it actually progressed the story, got some decent-looking action sequences, and I like the fact that, you get to see the Frog family and their little eggs hatching and what have you, so they get to continue their little happy family. And it'll be cool to see where things are going in the next episode. So if you haven't checked it out yet, and I just spoiled everything for you, go and watch it, because you're going to enjoy it. If you watched it and you didn't like it, let me know why you didn't like it, because I really liked this episode, and I'm excited for episode 4. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps small channels like mine. And until next time, remember, this is the way.